Ping! What happened?
I think I broke it.
What happened?
It fell down.
It fell apart.
X-rated this video.
It's not X-rated. I'll bleep them out. Welcome to Narrowboat Precious Jet. We're currently just outside Swan Lane Wharf, which is located at Bridge 4A on the Coventry Canal. Today is going to be, well, for you guys it's part 2 of the Holly walk, because Holly the cafe boat's currently at Coventry Basin. So today we're going to have a walk down and going to have a cup of coffee with Holly, have a wander around town, come back, have another cup of coffee with Holly, and then come back to the boat. So we're at the wharf, just on the bridge above the wharf should I say, and you can just see Precious Jet there, look, tucked in the middle. We are going cruising later, or plan to this afternoon, but it's raining, so if it's still raining later we won't go cruising, we'll wait until Sunday morning then we'll go. So, but it don't matter, we're in no rush, we'll get done when we get done. Right, let's start our walk. Hope you enjoy, guys. Hello, chicken. Hello, chicken. I think he is a rooster because he's got the red bit on top of his head. Yeah. There's a guy walking past with dogs. We don't walk very fast, so we're going to let him go past while we admire the rooster. Fabulous. So I might have told you this before. In fact, I have told you this before. That building there is the remnants of Coventry Ordnance Works. Back in the when the First World War, that's when this factory runs back to, just before the First World War, or around that time, probably even earlier actually, I'll have to investigate. But back in the First World War, this was the biggest single open span building in Europe. There's only parts of it left now, only a very tiny part of it left. It was that big it had its own railway track, and it was serviced by the railway and all that sort of stuff. And a lot of the stuff, for coal and stuff, would come in on the canal, and the railway and stuff would take the guns out. Some of the guns that come out of here weighed over 100 tons. They were proper big, you know, 15, 19, 20 inch, 21 inch, whatever they were. They were full size naval guns that were on your big battleships and stuff. They were all made here at Coventry. Yeah, so fair bit of history, fair bit of history. As I say, that was the biggest open span building in Europe at one stage. Not anymore though. So this would have been one of the coal unloading wharfs, all the way along this corner here. But all the way down this side of the canal, on the opposite bank should I say, not on this side, but all the way down the side of the canal here, it would have been coal loading wharfs and loading wharfs for other bits and stuff, all the way along. When the canals were in their prime, Coventry was just one big industrial estate. That's all it was. There was factories everywhere, you know, car factories, gun factories. They used to make wool, sorry, not wool, cotton, weaving and silk and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, there was everything in Coventry, you know. So, and there's also big brickworks as well. Used to, not far from Swan Lane Wharf, there's a place called Red Lane. And Red Lane got its name because it was always red with clay dust, so they called it Red Lane, you know, simple things. But there was clay dust because all around here now, this area was a big clay pit, and they used to make bricks here, and they reckon half the red bricks in Birmingham came from a hole just over here, just off Red Lane. So, and there's no hole there now, it's all been filled in, but for a big area around here, it'd have been all, you know, quarrying for clay, for bricks and stuff. And the canal boats would have brought the coal in to fire the bricks and all sorts. And they'd have also took the bricks out to Birmingham via the canal as well. There's going to be a lot of blackberries around here soon. This is all blackberries, all the way along. And they're, would you call them bunches of blackberries? Would it be a bunch of blackberries? Well, there's a whole bunch of blackberries here.
Oh, flock.
There's a whole flock of blackberries. I mean, look at them. There's loads on each stem. There's a whole load. I mean, look at that load there. Look. Yeah. There's going to be a few crumbles come out of this bush later in the year, I'll tell you. Yeah, jam, crumble, tart. That's
Crumble tart.
No, I was on about you then, not the jam tart.
You're not getting anything.
I haven't got grass seeds in my face. Who are you saying's got grass seeds in his face? Colourful, that's all I'll say. Some graffiti is very pretty, and I quite like some graffiti. Other stuff's just a mess. I mean, like that crap there. What's that? Apart from shite, you know. Colourful. Colourful. Yeah, there is some quite nice graffiti out further down that was done by or sponsored by the Canal and River Trust. I'll show you that as we get further down. So we're just coming up under Bridge 4 now. I'll put the what 3 words location of Bridge 4 on the screen underneath. I do believe Bridge 4 is Stony Stanton Road in Coventry. And apparently bird shit bridge, because on the floor down there that's all pigeon shit. And up there, yeah. Oh look, you can see the rain on the lens. Pigeon. Not a Perry. A couple of years ago these were full of herbs. Yeah. Can I introduce the dogs? That's Charlie. And the shy one down here is Jazz. Jazz is always one step behind you. She never walks in front. Never walks in front. She's always a step behind. Charlie's always in front. She's always behind. Some of the grasses on the side of the canal. And there's lobelia all the way down there. Every single crack in the curb, there's lobelia growing. And then give it a chance, it'll push the curbs out into the canal. It'll wreck the bank. Yeah, do a bit. And then loads of litter. This is part of the art installation. There's several different art installations you can see down the Coventry Canal that range from statues, seat fish, to concrete sofas up by Hawkesbury. Last time I came down here, the towpath here was collapsed into the canal, and you can see where they've done the barriers there, and then you can see where they've pinned them into the side. Look, all the way along there's bits where they've pinned the barrier in. It's nice to see they've done the work anyway. It's Jazz hiding. Shy Jazz, she doesn't like the camera. Onwards. So you can just see over there, pointy finger from Mark. That's part of the old Courtaulds building. And it used to go all the way across here. All of this, all the way across here was Courtaulds at one stage. Bit of a winding hole on the corner here for Bridge 3. Bridge 3 is Fosel Road in Coventry. I will put a what 3 word link. And we were talking earlier about the art and the graffiti sponsored by Canal and River Trust. Well, this is part of it. Some nice pictures there. And also I was talking earlier about the sculptures on the side of the canal. This is another sculpture. So you've got a mooring bollard wrapped with rope made of wood. And the wood is slowly rotting away. You can see the bolts in there that held it together. Look, now it's starting to rot away. I like that. Mooring bollard wrapped in rope. Nice. And then you've got Bridge 3 here. If you do happen to come round to Coventry on your boat, be careful of Bridge 3 because that far corner's had quite a few bangs, and also the next bridge is the same as well. So yeah, I've never hit the bridge. My brother has. I didn't. Yeah, the boat has, yeah. Or bounced off the side. Didn't actually hit the bridge, it bounced off the side. And then in every bridge in Coventry you'll find these little holes cut in. They were cut in for fire hoses during the war, so the fire brigade could put hoses down into the canal and get water. Look at the pretty flowers. They're beautiful. And then you see what's left after the flowers, like a little star. Look, that's lovely. And with it covered in the sprinkles of water, it looks really pretty, real pretty. And you got more loading wharfs all the way along the side here. You can't quite see them there, but up here you can see them. When I came down here in my boat, one of the followers commented that he came here with his father in a boat in the 70s. And he says, and they came round this corner here, and the canal was that deep. He says on the loading wharf there'd obviously been a van dropped off, run off the edge, and it had floated into the middle and sunk. And he says they went over the top of it in their canal boat, and they didn't touch it. And the whole van was underwater. So the canal must have been about 10-15 foot deep then. It's not that deep now, I guarantee, because every time I come around here I throw up big clumps of mud and muck. But yeah, imagine that, seeing a van under the water. He said the water was that clear you could see a van underneath, and they went over the top of it in their boat. Unbelievable, unbelievable. So this is Cash's Top Shops, and it was silk weavers. And what used to happen is the bottom bits there would be where the weavers lived, and then the top bit with the big windows is where they worked, and they had the big windows to allow more light in so they could see what they were doing. And I think there was supposed to be something like 170 or something around that. Top there'd be a beam, and at the end the beam would run all the way along, and at the end there'd be a steam engine, and the steam engine would run the beam all the way for all the weavers, and they'd have weaving machines up in the big windows. Here we are at Bridge 2. The road that runs over the top is Cash's Lane. As I say, Cash is a very popular name in Coventry. I say there's the Cash's buildings there, and this is Cash's Lane here. There's no access to the road here. This is probably one of the only bridges you can't get to the canal. If you're on the road you can't get down to the canal. I don't know the reason behind it, but yeah, you can't for some reason. So yeah. And behind us we've got a boat coming. There's a boat coming. We'll have a look at the boat in a minute. So I don't know whether you can read that. It says danger, 2000 volts. How's it say? Something like CEGB cable, 2000 volts. Oh yeah, that one there says 132,000 volts.
Yeah, mine's bigger than yours.
Well, no surprise there. You've always had bigger boobies than me, but I'm catching you up. I quite like that. I wonder if they're supposed to be hummingbird or kingfishers. I think they're probably going to be kingfishers, aren't they? Or supposed to be. Are you right? So this is Electric Wharf. This used to be Daimler cars down here. The first production car in England was made here. This is where they also used to have all the way around here, all the way along here, would be loading wharfs for the steam engines or the steam power generators. Called Electric Wharf for a reason, obviously. Used to produce electricity here. I think Daimler, like I said earlier, I think Daimler cars used to supply electricity to part of the council or part of the town as well. Still see part of the old superstructure there, look. This is all part of the old Daimler buildings, this is. They've just repurposed it into flats now. That building on the corner at the end there, that's the old boiler house there. Oh, I can see at the top it says Daimler at the top, I don't know if you can read that. But that's the old boiler house there where they would have had the fires, the coal fires and that, you know. So there's a little monument there to Daimler cars. Well, you can just see it on top there, we can see it very well. But the little plaque here says, opposite this marker stood the Daimler car factory, which made the first British production car in 1897. The surviving building is the powerhouse. So that's the powerhouse. That would have been, like I said earlier, the boiler house. That was the powerhouse there. Another one of the Coventry Canal sculptures. Wave seat. Charlie approves. Just about to walk over the top of Bridge 1. And this is Draper's Fields. I'll put the what 3 words location underneath now as well. But this is Bridge 1. There's no towpath through to the wharf under Bridge 1. Coventry Basin.
Some vegan oils, so this is a vegan oil yeah.
Everybody's over at Holly. Yeah, we're looking on the way back. Oh, there's some nice walking sticks down here, look.
There's half an tonight now. I've got a friend who's playing
They're nice. Look at them. And then we have my favourite boat, which is the Barge in Booze. Great. And a lot of you guys are going to know what this boat is, the Jambutty, and we have the famous Andy Tidy.
Hey, my name's Andy Tidy.
Yeah, I'll link. Andy does the vlogging as well. He does some great vlogs about history of the Birmingham Canal Network. So I'll link his vlog in the description below. Okay, guys, excellent. Well, thank you, Andy.
Cheers, pleasure.
All right, and we're going to buy some of Andy's jam in a minute. Suit you, that would, if it's only sarcasm burned calories.
so skinny.
Mm.